Yeah, I remember when Jordan Retros sold out instantly? Them days are long gone. Because the Shadow Backboard 1s and the Fire Red 5s proved it. And that's because we're seeing pairs sit on shelves for weeks, even months. And today, we're gonna break that all down. Why Jordan Retros are sitting in 2025 and what that means for the sneaker game. Too many retros each month. Jordan Brand is releasing retros at a record pace. When you have a new Jordan dropping nearly every single week, it kills the excitement and pairs start blending together. Like you can't tell when this shoe came out. Like literally, I can't tell you when this released. And to be fair, I think 2 or 3 shoes released after this pair. I can't remember if Shadow Backboard came before that or if these came afterwards. I know these are not the latest pairs. And there's no lie that Jordan Brand is dropping pairs every single week. No anticipation, just saturation. Case in point. Now, back in 2015, people would die to get their hands on these. These literally set the bar for Air Jordan 1s. 10 years later, they're widely available. Did Jordan Brand make too many pairs of the Shadow Backboards, or did we just lose the interest? And even the Reimagined series, which would guarantee hype, is now widely available, sitting on shelves and even discounted. And not to be mentioned, sitting in the outlets as well. You can even find them on the hash wall in a Nike factory store with additional discounts. And that's because general releases ain't special anymore.
Even big names like the Reimagined pairs, like the UNC ones, the Black Toe ones, even the Shattered Backboards are all losing steam. What used to be guaranteed sellouts is now sitting weeks later. Sneakerheads are tired of recycled ideas and back-to-back remixes of classic.
Owning collabs and exclusives moves quickly. For example, like the Weight 5s, like the Undefeated 4s, and most recently the Tokyo 5s, all sold out instantly. Most produced retros make GRs feel common and easy to skip. Because knowing shoes like these Aqua 8s is not gonna sell out, why would you pay retail day one? And case in point, these UNCs already hit the outlet, and they're also in foot traffic sites. And look at the price, $160. They're already been reduced from $185. So why would you buy this day one when you know you can get it cheaper later? Most collectors and sneakerheads can now choose. No more panic buy. And guys, keep in mind, consumer behavior have shifted and retail price has been climbing $200, $210, $215 to even $250. Who's trying to pay that?
But the quality hasn't improved. We're still getting mid-tier leather and standard packaging at luxury prices. In today's economy, that's a tough sell. People are juggling rent, bills, groceries, gas. Sneakers aren't a priority the way they used to be. The results? Buyers either pass completely or wait for the markdown. Why pay retail on release day when you know the same pair would end up in the outlet or on discount racks a few months later?
I've always shown to educate all my viewers on how to save money, and this time is no different. From back in 2015 when I started vlogging the factory stores to now, I always help people find reduced pricing, and nothing has changed because back then shoes were sitting like they are today. So it may be new to y'all, but it's not new to us. Us OGs been peep the game. Why pay retail when you know you can find them a few months later in a Nike factory store? Because a lot of these places, they do return to vendor. So when shoes don't sell out or Jordan Brand want to get the illusion that they are selling out, Jordan and Nike ask for pairs back. And what Nike does with those pairs is ship them to the outlet for a reduced price. This is something I've been preaching since day one, 10 years in the making. And sometimes you can get a pulse on which shoe is not going to sell out. For instance, these Air Jordan 1 lows with the Jordan Jumpman on the tongue, we know these going to be widely available in a few months. Even these Bio Beige or Bio Hacks versions, they make these in the high OG several years ago, and now they made it in the low. Another Jordan Jumpman on the tongue, so it's not an OG low. We already know outlet bound, and all these mids is gonna get the same predicament. We already saw these rear ears in the Nike clearance store for the cheapest price we had ever found them, which was $79.99. Even though inflation and price fatigue is one thing, so is fashion and generations shift. Even though younger buyers are shifting their attention to other brands, sneakers from New Balance, Adidas, and even emerging labels
are seen as more comfortable and more in line with current fashion trends. Jordan no longer dominate the style conversation the way they once did.
Would I rock these Massies? Probably not. These Superstars? Nah. But these also have the essential shoes, the all-white Superstar and the all-black Superstars. And New Balance is no different either. New Balance use premium material and the shoes are super comfortable. And you can find them discounted as well. These are $99 and these are the 1909. This is a multicolor shoe. It's going for 80 beams. Not bad for affordable, comfortable shoe. Nike also have their variant uncomfortable walkers. And we can start with the Vomero 5s, which recently start reproducing last year. And they've been a hit, especially the all-black pair. And they're going for $170, which is the price of a Jordan 1. A1 high OG or a mid, and they're super comfortable. Even the P6000s are comfortable. And they got the essential pack for the classic Air Max 90s, where they got the white pair or the black pair. Jordan Brand no longer dominate the style conversation like they once did. People are shifting to more comfortable shoes and a different style altogether. So the 80s and 90s and early 2000 styles, what people are accustomed to, you start seeing it fade away. This new generation, this Gen Z, got a whole new style. And quite frankly, they're also biting off the 90s style as well, but they're not doing it with the Jordans. They're doing it with baggy clothing. Because we will consider it blasphemous if we see somebody wearing Jinko jeans covering the whole Air Jordan 1. That's not gonna happen. They may can get away with it with the 5 because the 5 has a higher tongue and the jeans can sit right below it, like right behind it where it says Air Jordan. Shoes like this and shoes like these would definitely get drowned out with those oversized baggy clothing. I remember one time people was rocking skinny jeans, and that may have worked back then, but now skinny jeans is out.
People are saying the sneaker game feels different now. Jordans don't match today's fashion, the younger generation isn't as invested, and with inflation hitting wallets, buyers are pickier than ever.
Some sneakerheads even said this. It feels like balance has finally been restored, and purposely balanced like all things should be. Because in Infinity Wars, Thanos said the universe is finite, its resources is finite. If life is left unchecked, life would cease to exist, and it needs correcting. Orders restored. Here's another reason the resale market is cooling off. Interesting. Why are these here? Before we get into depth on how orders been restored, especially dealing with the sneaker market, why are these still here? These came out March of 2025. It took a while for them to sell out, to be honest, but they've been restocking, and now they're here again. And I also saw pairs in the Nike factory store that will be low retail. I think 169, if I'm not mistaken. Not only are they restocking in these foot traffic sites, but they were also restocking in the Nike outlet. However, if you buy them low, you potentially probably can make some money off it. But if you buy them from retail, how much money are you really making? For all those who's curious, this is Shoe Palace. There's still pairs available, even in my size. They even got a size 14 in the building, just FYI. Just to let y'all know, this is not an old video. We also got Cave Stones in the building. This is the most recent release. We also got the Shattered Backboards. I believe these came out in August. These are still available. And even the Fire Red 5s still in the building. And right above it, we got the 12s. And look, without even doing any edits, you can still find French Blues and the pair he's holding. And guys, one of the biggest shifts that we're seeing is how Nike handles unsold Air Jordan Retros.
I think one of the biggest reasons Jordan keeps showing up in both outlets and foot traffic stores is that Nike might be rotating inventory, meaning pairs that don't sell at Foot Locker or Shoe Palace eventually get shifted to another location, and when they still don't move, they end up at the Nike outlet. We have seen it with the UNC 1s, the Flu Game 12s month after release, and even the Grape 5s. To me, it looks like Nike is sitting on heavy stock and slowly moving it until it sells.
Also, did I mention the resale market is cooling off?
It's not just Nike distribution changing. The resale market is cooling fast. A lot of shops that thrived during the hype years has already closed, and there aren't nearly as many resale stores as before. StockX has even offered zero seller fees just to keep people active on the app, while GOAT has closed or scaled back some of their facilities. Jordan don't flip like they used to, and when you can still walk into a mall and buy pairs at retail, the resale side of the culture is losing steam.
So here we are. Jordan that once defined sneaker culture is sitting everywhere. That's due to oversaturation, rising prices, and shifting fashion. And not to mention, Nike's own distribution strategy has changed the game. The resale hype that once fueled the culture has now died down. It essentially cooled off. And for the first time in a long time, sneakerheads like you and I have the power to be selective. Or maybe the power has been restored, or it's probably a new era for Jordans. Anyways, comment down below. Let me know if you like this video. Let me know what type of videos you want to make in the future. And I'm going to see y'all in the next building. Peace.